Hello friends, welcome to all of you in bio classes. Friends, today we are going to discuss about the topic transportation in living beings. Transportations of various substances in living beings. There are two types of transportations in living beings. First is active transport. Active transport in which energy is consumed. Energy is consumed. Second is passive transport in which no energy required. For example, in houses, the water tank at the top floor, when you want to fill it, energy is required in the form of electrical energy. You start the water pump and fill it. So energy is consumed. Now, while taking the water in tap, you don't need any energy, so that is passive transport. So filling the water tank is active transport and taking water from water tanks is passive transport. Today we will going to discuss the passive transport in living beings. These are of two types. First is osmosis and second is diffusion. So today we are going to study what is osmosis, how it takes place, what are the conditions for this process. To understand this topic, first we will know that this process is undergone only in liquids, and liquids solution is required for this process. Now what are solutions? Solutions are the mixture of solute and solvent. Now on the basis of quantity of solute and solvent, we can classify the solutions in three types. To understand this, first we will have two beakers. Having 25 gram of sugar in each beaker. 25 gram sugar. Here also 25 gram sugar. Now fill these beakers with 100 ml of water. 100 ml of water. Now when I ask you which is more sweeter, you will tell that the concentration of both the solutions are equal, so the taste of both the solutions are same. So such solutions having the same quantity of solute and same quantity of solvent are called as isotonic solution. Isotonic solutions. Here iso means equal. Tonic means quantity of solute. So such solutions are known as isotonic solutions. Now second case, again we will take two beakers. Here in first beaker, that is beaker number 1, beaker number A and B. A have 25 gram sugar. Here B have 50 gram of sugar. 50 gram of sugar. Now again we will fill it with 100 ml of water. Right? Now one can ask you, what is more sweeter? You will say that the quantity of sugar is more here, so it is more sweeter. Here less, so less sweeter. So such solutions, here the quantity of sugar is high concentration of solute. Here low concentration of solute. Now water, the quantity of water is same, so you will say that this is a more sweeter and this is a less sweeter. Water is again 100 ml. As compared to this, here 25 gram have 100 ml, here 50 gram 100 ml. So the quantity of solvent is more. High concentration of solvent. Here solvent is water. Here low concentration of solvent. We are naming these solutions on the basis of the quantity of solute. Here the quantity of solute is high, here low. So such solutions are known as hypotonic. Why hypotonic? Hypo means होता है below. Hypo means below. Tonic means quantity of solute. Here this solution is hypertonic. Hyper means above and tonic means quantity of solute. Right? So three types of solutions are there. First is isotonic, second is hypotonic, third is hypertonic. Now in isotonic solutions, no movement can take place, but these solutions have movements. Now, how the movement takes place and how the process of osmosis undergone. To understand this, we will take another experiment. Here again we will take a large beaker having a semi-permeable or selectively permeable membrane with in the middle of this beaker. Semi-permeable is also known as selectively permeable. Right? Now this is A side and this is B side. Now fill it one side with hypotonic, having high concentration of solvent, and here you can take hypertonic solutions having low concentration of solvent. So you will say that the moment of here hypotonic means high concentration of solvent, here hypertonic means low concentration of solvent. So after some time you will be able to watch that the movement of solvent takes place from A side to B side. The movement will take place until the equilibrium will be established. What is equilibrium? The concentration of both the solution will become the same. At that time, this movement will take place. So the process of movement of solvent from higher concentration of solvent to low concentration of solvent is known as, in presence of a semi-permeable membrane, is known as osmosis. So you can say osmosis is a process in which the movement of solvent, water, here water, solvent takes place from higher concentration of solvent, that is hypotonic, towards low concentration of solvent, that is hypertonic, in presence of, this is must, in presence of a semi-permeable membrane. The most important point of osmosis is that this process takes place only in liquids. Only in liquids, while the diffusion takes place in all three states of matter. Now we will try to understand how many types of osmosis is there. So there are two types of osmosis. Osmosis has two types. First is endosmosis, and second is exosmosis. Now, what is endosmosis and what is exosmosis? To understand this, we will take one beaker here and one beaker here. Put a resin inside this beaker and fill it with water. After some time, you will find that this resin becomes larger in size, swollen up, and larger in size. This is because of the solution present inside the resin is hypertonic, while the water is hypotonic as compared to this solution inside the solution. The solution inside the resin is hypertonic and water becomes hypotonic. So the water will enter inside the resin. When water enters inside the cell, such osmosis is known as endosmosis. Where hypotonic solution enters inside the cell. Now second case. Here you can take a grape and fill it with concentrated sugar solution. Sugar solution. Here the case becomes opposite. The liquid inside the grape becomes hypotonic and the sugar solution becomes hypertonic. So the osmosis takes place from hypo to hyper. So the water will come outside and the grape will become inflated. ठीक. So such osmosis where the solvent where hypotonic solution and the hypotonic solution comes outside, such osmosis is known as exosmosis. Exo means out. Here endo means inside, outside. Now, what are the applications of this process? You might have seen in day-to-day life these processes undergoing in your daily life. When you go to any restaurant, the waiter comes with a salad plate without sprinkling the salt on it. When you sprinkle some salt on the plate of salad, after some times it becomes full of water. Why? The salt, suppose this is a piece of gourd in salad plate. You sprinkle some salt here. The water present above the surface of gourd forms a hypotonic solution with salt. And the water present inside the vegetables comes out, that becomes hypotonic. This comes out and the whole plate of salad becomes full of water. Likewise, while preserving the pickles in homes, people used to add sufficient quantity of salt in it. Why? Because the salt makes with oil a hypertonic solution. When bacteria invades it, the bacterial cytoplasm becomes hypotonic and the outer side atmosphere is hypertonic. So the cell of bacteria becomes plasmolized. Exosmosis takes place and becomes plasmolized. What is plasmolized? Such cells which put you in a hypertonic solution and becomes inflated, such cells are known as plasmolized. Plasmolysis. Plasmolysis is a process in which a cell loses its liquid content and becomes inflated. Such cells are called plasmolized cells, and the process is known as plasmolysis. Now I think it is clear to all of you. So this is all about osmosis, endosmosis, exosmosis, isotonic, hypertonic, hypotonic, and plasmolysis. I think the whole phenomena is clear to all of you. Thank you very much.